Detroit Lions have been looking for ways to strengthen their defense, particularly at the edge rusher position, and an intriguing possibility has emerged: Bradley Chubb from the Miami Dolphins. But what truly makes Chubb such an attractive option for the Lions? His ability to pressure opposing quarterbacks is one of the best in the league, and with Detroit's current roster, he could be the missing piece to transform the defense into one of the most dominant in the NFL. Chubb's 2024 season was marked by a knee injury that sidelined him for most of the year, raising doubts about his health and future. However, prior to that, Chubb was one of the most powerful forces on the Dolphins' defense. With 11 sacks in 2023 and a total of 70 quarterback pressures, he demonstrated that he is one of the most explosive pass rushers in the league. Even with the recent injury, his performance history cannot be ignored, and he is still an elite talent. Chubb is not just a sack machine, but a complete player. His ability to generate tackles for loss and force fumbles demonstrates a level of impact that many players at his position can't match. His presence on the Dolphins' defensive line in 2023 was crucial, disrupting plays and creating high-risk situations for opponents. For the Lions, this type of game-changing ability would be a huge asset, as Detroit's defense has potential but needs more consistency. Additionally, the fact that Chubb has a contract with an affordable cost makes the trade even more attractive for the Lions. With only $10 million guaranteed for the upcoming year, Chubb is a viable trade option that wouldn't require a massive financial sacrifice. His contract situation positions him as a low-cost asset, meaning that the Detroit Lions could acquire an elite talent without breaking their budget. This rare opportunity to bring in a player of his caliber should be seriously considered. The trade possibility is not just about financial factors. Bradley Chubb is exactly the type of player the Lions needed to complement Hutchinson on the defensive line. Together, they could create constant pressure on opposing quarterbacks, one of the keys to a dominant defense. Adding Chubb to Detroit's defense could be the missing piece to elevate the team to another level. He would not only bring quality, but also an intimidating presence for NFC offenses. When considering how Chubb would fit into the Lions' defense, it's clear that the combination of his quarterback pressure skills with Hutchinson's technical prowess will be devastating. Chubb, with his explosiveness and refined technique, could complement Hutchinson's more technical style perfectly. Together, they could form an impenetrable defensive line that would make life extremely difficult for quarterbacks in the NFC. The power of this duo should not be underestimated. If the trade of Chubb to the Lions were to happen, he would likely take on a leadership role within the defense, helping to mentor younger players and bringing his high-level experience to the locker room. He is a player with a winning mentality who knows what it takes to succeed in the NFL. His experience in big games and his ability to bounce back from adversity make him a natural leader. For a growing team like the Lions, a leader like Chubb could be exactly what they need. But will the Dolphins be willing to part with Chubb? While Miami has expressed interest in keeping their pass rusher, the franchise also knows that the NFL is a dynamic environment, and if an enticing offer arises, it may be hard to resist. The fact that Chubb has only 3 years left on his contract also puts the Dolphins in a strategic position. They may choose to trade him now and try to secure a significant return rather than wait and risk losing value in the future. If the Lions decide to pursue the trade for Chubb, they will need to put forth a compelling offer. It's possible that a combination of draft picks and perhaps an additional player could be enough to make the Dolphins consider the trade. Even if the Dolphins are not actively looking to trade Chubb, a solid and well-thought-out offer could change their perspective. The Lions, in turn, wouldn't have to make huge sacrifices to acquire a player who could be a game-changer. In any case, what's clear is that adding Chubb to the Lions would likely mean an instant transformation for the defense. His numbers in 2023 are impressive and prove that he is capable of being one of the best pass rushers in the league when healthy. With Detroit's defense already having a solid foundation and players like Hutchinson continuing to grow, Chubb could be the missing piece to turn this unit into one of the most dangerous in the NFC. Moreover, the acquisition of Chubb could have a positive ripple effect on other areas of the Lions' defense. With a stronger defensive line and more pressure on opposing quarterbacks, the rest of the defense would have more opportunities to create turnovers and perform their roles more efficiently. Chubb could be the catalyst that unlocks the full potential of Detroit's defense. With all these factors in mind, it's easy to imagine the positive impact Chubb would have in Detroit. If he manages to fully recover from his injury and return to the form he showed in 2023, he could be one of the biggest reinforcements the Lions could ask for. His ability to generate constant pressures on quarterbacks, coupled with his knack for disrupting plays, could transform the Lions' defense into an elite unit. Ultimately, trading for Bradley Chubb would be a smart and bold move for the Lions. He would be a valuable addition to the defense, bringing a new level of energy and skill to the defensive line. The partnership with Hutchinson could become one of the most feared in the league, and his experience would help shape the team's winning culture. However, it remains to be seen if the Lions will be able to convince the Dolphins to make the trade, and if Chubb will be willing to leave Miami to pursue new challenges in Detroit. If the Lions do manage to acquire Chubb, it could mean a significant shift in how Detroit's defense is viewed by the league. With an elite pass rusher like Chubb, the team would not only become stronger up front, but would also position itself to compete more effectively against the league's top offenses. The future of the Lions' defense could be in good hands with Chubb. There's also the possibility that Chubb's move to Detroit could help raise the profile of the team on a national level. The Lions, while on the rise, have not yet been regarded as a powerhouse. However, acquiring a player like Chubb could fast-track their path to relevance in the NFL, making them a team to watch out for in the coming seasons. It would also attract more attention from media and fans alike, enhancing the overall perception of Detroit as a rising contender. Now, it remains to be seen if the Lions will move forward with this trade. The search for a defensive line reinforcement is a priority, and Chubb could be the name they are looking for. If this happens, Detroit could very well become one of the most feared teams in the league, with a defense that finally matches the offensive firepower it has shown in recent years. If Chubb comes to Detroit, it could also be a game-changer for the Lions' playoff aspirations. With a solid defense to complement their potent offense, the team would be in a much better position to compete for a playoff spot and perhaps even make a deep postseason run. The potential addition of Chubb to the roster could make the Lions one of the most well-rounded teams in the NFL. If you like this video and want more content like this, follow our channel Lions News Fan Report and stay up to date with the latest speculations and news about the Detroit Lions.